All right, welcome back, Community Focus here on Channel 6 TV. Kenny Fogle here with you. Glad you could join us tonight, and we're going to be talking about some things going on in Bardstown and Nelson County. And one of the big things, obviously, is the Bardstown and Nelson County Chamber of Commerce. And the representative of the month this month is Mr. Tim Nowelski. Tim, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Kenny.
I appreciate you being here. And before we get into the chambers, I want you to tell me a little bit about Tim Nowelski. I mean, right now, and I know you're Anytime Fitness. Tell us a bit about that and tell us about yourself.
Well, basically, I came from an engineering background, and switching from an engineering background to the fitness industry was, needless to say, a pretty big leap. But both my wife and I have been gym rats our entire lives, so we just had to basically get certified so that we could do what we wanted to do. And the certifications, speaking of that, helps us to what our basic business plan is we want to help people learn how to do, the fitness industry. And so what we do is we just help people along. Is that we recognize the fact that...
No, for snapping the whip or anything like that.
Well, sometimes we have to do that.
If I was up there, I guarantee you would.
But generally what we're doing is we're just trying to make people comfortable with knowing what to do. We recognize the fact that the general public is apprehensive about walking into a gym situation. Yeah. So we help you along step by step. Whatever it takes to make you successful, whether that be a workout structure or whether that be nutrition. Or just
when you talk about workout, I mean, is it sort of a light workout? Is it something you're going to go in there when you come out of there, you're going to be dripping in sweat, or is it tailored to each individual?
Well, it has to be tailored to each individual. Everybody's got an injury that they're trying to work around. We help you work around an injury. You don't need to come out of there dripping in sweat. Obviously, that depends on your abilities and where you want to be. But generally speaking, a healthy diet and a moderate exercise program will be what most people are looking for.
What does most people come to a gym for? Is it to lose weight? Is it to get into some sort of shape? Is it for health reasons, or all of those?
Too often, what brings people into the gym is that significant event in their life. Hopefully I can get people, while they recognized an event in somebody else's life and they don't want that to happen. But usually I get some, after something catastrophic happens, then we have to, then the job is harder.
Yeah.
If I can catch someone before that happens, before the stroke, the heart attack, something like that, then the job is much easier. I'd much rather work with prevention than try to deal with an event.
Then you got professionals, I assume, just like yourself up there, that make sure that somebody doesn't hurt themselves, or maybe to guide them along the way. Because if I go into a gym, I know exercises. I've done exercises all my life, but if I had a specific something I'm looking for, you might be able to help me a little more than maybe me just decide to do this on my own.
Right, and a lot of times it's not telling you what to do. A lot of times it's telling you, whoa, don't do that. Back off, wait, slow down. So it depends. Some people you've got to crack the whip and tell them, come on, it's time to go. Yeah. And some people you've just got to tell them to back off. You're going to hurt yourself if you don't slow down.
And Anytime Fitness, what time do you close?
Anytime. Well, actually, our staffed hours are 10 to 6, but once you get a key, you can come anytime.
So that's the beautiful thing about it. If somebody wants to exercise at 3 in the morning, they don't have any excuse.
No excuses.
If they've got the time, they can be there.
That's right.
And you're located right up here on, what's the name? That's Parkway Drive?
Parkway Drive, right across the street from Parkway Baptist.
So if anybody wants to stop in, you'll be happy to see them anytime. And you do have some dues, I suppose.
Yeah, it's the typical dues are $35 a month. We have reduced rates for students, seniors, and we have some Heroes discounts. And but basically it's $35 a month. And what my wife and I do is, like I said, we just help people with the routine, but we're part of your membership. Yeah. And now you can take it the extra step, and we do have personal trainers that will dedicate themselves to you while you're in there, and obviously they're extra. Yeah. But we'll give you a plan, and the trainers are there for extra motivation.
In addition to being an engineer working at Anytime Fitness, you also take a little time to be on the Bardstown Nelson County Chamber of Commerce Board.
That's
and
correct.
This month, obviously you've had a busy month. You've had the expo and a couple other things going on.
Yeah, we had a successful business expo, business expo and job fair. And if you weren't able to be part of it, and I know Kenny, you were there.
I was there.
Yes, and representing the United Way.
United Way, uh-huh.
And there were about 45 companies that participated in one way or another. And if you weren't able to participate this year, it's generally the first weekend in October.
And you were in charge of that this year, weren't you?
Yes, that was one of my tasks as a chamber member. And but like I said, this year I think it was successful, and I think it's been a venture for our company that has paid off. I mean, we got the best booth this year. Anytime Fitness did, and so that means that we're going to get a free booth next year. But you don't have very many opportunities like this where you can get out and talk to the general public, and that's where your advertising dollars really pay off, is when you can actually get out and talk to people.
That networking is important. I know, like I said, the 501 this month is a networking opportunity. People, doesn't cost a penny.
No.
Just show up and
Show up and talk to people.
Show up and talk to people.
And that's part of, since I didn't grow up in this city, you know, getting my name out there and getting people comfortable with Tim Nowaski, not Anytime Fitness. You know, that's an important thing. And in order to do that, you have to get out there and talk.
Yeah.
And this year, as a matter of fact, or this month, the 501 was at Wilson & Muir. Wilson & Muir is celebrating 150 years in business. So first off, I want to thank Wilson & Muir for hosting the 501 after hours, and congratulations for 150 years in business.
And a lot of other things going up at the chamber. I know they got women's councils, and they're always having luncheons, and it just seems like there's always something going on with the Chamber of Commerce.
Well, first off, the chamber is going to be hosting a day at the track, and so it's going to be Thursday, November 5th. We'll have reserved seating on Millionaires Row, and lunch will be served buffet style. And tickets are available at $40 a piece, and details can be found at www.bardstown.chamber.com. And then, in addition to that, the Women's Council on Thursday, November 19th at noon, the Women's Council will be hosting this year's My Favorite Things. It'll be at the Knights of Columbus, and the event will showcase local businesses with several door prizes, and will be catered by the Rick House at a cost of $10 in advance. And there again, you can find the details at Chamber of Commerce or bardstownchamber.com.
Okay, well, like I said, Bardstown Chamber's always got a lot going on, and I know it keeps you busy. But before we get out of here, I just want to we'd be remiss in not mentioning that. We got good news. Well, I don't know if it's good news or bad. I think it's bad news with Dorothy White deciding to retire. It's good news for her because retirement's always a good thing.
It's always good. I love it that Dorothy can leave on her own terms.
Exactly.
But I hate to see her leaving,
exactly.
Especially since I've got one year left on the chamber. I sure would like to have had Dorothy around, but. We'll miss Dorothy greatly.
Dorothy had been there 12 and a half years and done a tremendous job from where the chamber was to where it is now. So, and the chamber has become a very vital part of Bardstown and Nelson County. And it's not just, I say Bardstown, but it covers Bloomfield, New Haven, and all throughout the county. It is truly a Nelson County Chamber of Commerce.
Exactly.
So, well, again, we appreciate you being in here. A lot going on, and we invite you to stop in and see Tim and his wife out at Anytime Fitness. And know they'd be love to see you out there and get us back in shape. We all could use a little bit of that right now. So, if you get a chance to do that, and again, if you want to check out the Bardstown Nelson County Chamber of Commerce, just go to their website, thechamber.com, Bardstown Nelson County Chamber.com, and it's got all kinds of great information. It's got a directory on there that I think, and I use that probably more than I do the phone book.
Yes,
if I want to look up somebody, I go on there and find if they're part of the chamber, then you can click on there. A lot of times it gives you an email address, all kinds of good stuff. So it's a great place. Well, Tim, appreciate you being here, and thanks a lot, and we'll do this again sometime.
Thank you very much, Ken.
All right, stick around. A lot more to come here on Community Focus here on Channel 6 TV. We'll be right back.